Hello, how are y'all doing today? This is Rebecca, your favorite interior designer with Revision Custom Home Design. I'm super excited to be on here today. I'm actually working on revising a plan that I was working on here earlier this week, or late last week I guess it was. So I've already sent off the first draft to the client. We've already kind of worked through a few little things. Now they've called me back. We had a nice little half-an-hour conversation, and I'm working on the revisions for this plan so I can get it back to them. Hopefully we're just about right where we want to be, and they're basically wanting to break ground. We just need to get the plan finalized. So I'm glad they're excited, glad they're chomping at the bit here, but definitely need to fine-tune this a little bit, you know, especially when you meet a client virtually and you don't always get a chance to meet them in person or even on the phone sometimes. There's just a lot of questions that don't get answered. I was sent one inspiration image for this house, but I thought the way it was described to me the first time was that it was mostly just the shape of the house. So I added a little bit of a Montana flair to it, tried to make it look a little more like something that would fit, like a farmhouse that would fit on the prairie, because this is going to be built, I believe, eastern Montana. After talking with the client, though, they do want that Colonial East Coast Saltbox style house, which is totally okay. It just means I need to take off the wraparound porch that I had and change it to a much more formal front entryway. We're actually flipping some of the rooms from the front of the house to the back of the house because they had this very symmetrical image that they sent me. You can look in that lower left-hand corner there. You can see that Saltbox style where you have the perfectly spaced windows that are all identical. They've got the shutters. There's maybe a little portico over that front door. With the way that I had a couple of these rooms positioned, the powder room and whatnot, there was no way to get the window spacing exactly even. So we're flipping the house essentially from front to back on a lot of the rooms so that we can get that facade looking nice and even. And then the windows on the other side don't really matter as much. But from the front, they definitely want that look. Oh, my resolution! Weird. Anyway, alright, we'll figure it out. So, moving on. Okay, so anyway, that's the house. So I've got this up in Chief Architect. I've already copied whenever I make changes, especially massive ones, just on the off chance they want to go back and look at the old one. I always do a quick save as. So this is now save as version 2 of this house. I am going to quick delete these camera angles. Those are from when I did my layout. I always like to show some exterior views. But so basically, okay, so here's the main floor of this house. You walk in, the front door is of course centered on this front wall. I had originally had it so that we had this straight shot staircase going up, which is again very typical of these Saltbox Colonial homes. Generally though, that's like right smack in front of you as you walk up. I pushed it off to the side a little ways to make room, but that's okay. You know, this is a custom home. We do what we want. Then I had the dining room. We had a laundry mudroom where we had a side entrance on the house because they're not doing it. In this version, they weren't doing an attached garage. They were doing a detached garage. We have since decided to attach the garage because this is Montana. You want that attached garage, trust me. And then we've got the kitchen, great room. Back here we have access to the backyard, and then we have a master bedroom, master bath, and closet. Now this portion of the house, actually the whole main floor was designed so that a wheelchair could get through. The original plan is that either the elderly in-laws would be living with them or at least visiting a lot. So we wanted the whole main floor to be totally accessible. The only exception is this front powder room, but since this main floor bath was going to be their space, all of those doors are 3-foot doors. And we even made sure that we had space over here. We had extra space around the toilet beyond what normal building code is, so that if someone needed to assist the person in the wheelchair, there was space. We also have it drawn in as a curbless shower. So a lot of features designed specifically for that wheelchair option. We're still going to keep that up, although it sounds like that may or may not happen. I don't know. We'll see. So this was the first version of the main floor, and then upstairs we had a secondary master suite, because so the in-laws were going to live on the main floor, and then the rest of the family was going to live upstairs. We basically copied and pasted the bedroom and bathroom for the master, so it was like a house with 2 master bedrooms. The only exception being where that powder room was, we had a closet instead for this bedroom. And then 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a family room shared. So that's what we're starting with. Now I'm going to go back and change this. Yay! Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, this porch over here ain't going to happen at all. So we're going to get rid of all this. Go ahead and delete all of that. there'll be like basically 2 steps to the front door with a little portico, but nothing there. So that we're going to get rid of. Now, all the way up at the tippy top, I have a roof. So again, I'm going to leave the main roof the way it was, but I'm deleting the 2 corner sections that I had for that that wraparound porch. So I'm also going to delete these camera views because I'll always go back and change those right here. So there was that camera view, and then we have all of those exterior ones. And I'm going to delete these ones for the moment too. I always try to show when we get to the point of kind of being done with this plan, or being just about done, to put it on the layout. There's obviously elevations and stuff, but these things are going to change before I get to that point. So I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to just move that dining room table off to the side, because the new version of this plan is, okay, hold on. I swear they sent me a picture. Hold on 1 second. Ah, there we go. Okay, yes. So they actually sent me a hand-drawn image of what they wanted that front of the house to look like, what they wanted that side elevation to look like, and then what they want this main floor to look like. So, as I mentioned in my original intro, we're basically flipping a bunch of things. So the master bedroom is going to move to the front corner of the house, and then in the back will be this master suite, this powder room, all of that. So essentially, that third of the house just flips it back on itself. For the most part, there'll be a minor little change with where some of the doorways are, but that does that. The staircase here actually becomes an L-shaped staircase. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out this front hall closet, because for right now we don't need that. Okay. Sometimes it's really easy just to like mirror a space, other times you just got to start from scratch. So really quick, I'm going to grab all of this. Nope, I went the wrong direction. Let's start in this corner. I'm going to grab all of this, copy, and I'm just going to paste this kind of over to the side here. Now there is an option for, hold on, where did it go? Reflect about an object. There we go. So that basically flipped it backwards. So you can see how now everything is backwards. Yay! Also the text and everything. So anyway, I don't need to worry too much about that. What I'm going to do real quick though is I'm going to go in here now quick and delete all of this. Okay. So now I'm going to delete the 2 windows that are here. I'll go ahead and delete that one too. Because what the end goal is a door centered and then a pair of windows on either side. So I know my front door is in the correct spot. And here, if we quick peek to the outside, oh, and it looks like I've got a weird attic wall there, so yeah, definitely have a little bit of cleanup to do here, but we'll get it. So as you can see, this isn't exactly perfect, but it's getting closer. So that window there, we're going to have to really play with exactly how we position. And then this window here, you can see that's narrower. I'm going to delete that and copy and paste here, because we need that same window size. So now we have that same window size. We just need to make sure that our front wall allows us to get that spacing the way that we want. Okay, I'm going to go back to the plan view. Oh yeah, here, this can go bye-bye.
Mom, this something for you.
Oh, thank you. drive me nuts. Okay, so there you can see now we've got a little better of that symmetry on the front wall there, which is what we wanted. We'll work on the upstairs here in a few minutes. Okay, so now,
There's a green chest over here.
so this one, they want this door to basically be right off that entryway. Currently we have that bedroom at 1311 by 14.3. So I'm going to grab my dimension tool here. And now we're going to change this to master bedroom. And I'm having to manually change the room name and show the label because I deleted everything before, so it thought that anytime we delete the room name in Chief, it thinks you want to not show the room name, so I have to go back and manually show that I want to do that room label. And then change that. And again, I'm labeling these as Master Suite 1 and Master Suite 2. So there's Master Bedroom 1. Okay. So now, there will eventually be doors and stuff back here, but for right now, okay. Shush. Okay. So now I'm going to delete a couple of these room dividing lines out here because those are just basically invisible markers, just trying to help delineate the space that's out here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Delete that. Now we're thinking we want the stairwell to be, like I said, an L shape. So hang on a sec, I want this to come forward. Don't need that right now, I don't want that. What we want to do is an L-shaped staircase. So right now I'm just going to start by putting this back here. And, okay, so I'm going to go to my stairway tool. I want an L-shaped stair, and I want it to go clockwise, so when you go up, there you go. I'm not doing a split landing, so for right now I'm just going to start there. Perfect. Now we need so we'll need to figure out the exact number of stairs to go up and over and all that. We want the kitchen still to be kind of back in this corner, although I'm going to do, again, kind of a flip thing. And then back here will be dining space. We don't need quite as much space here. So I think what I want to do... Okay, first what I want to do here... Okay, so the doorway is 3 foot. I want there to be 5 foot of clearance before you hit that bottom, that first step. So let's go ahead and grab this. Oops. There we go. Okay, so my bottom step is 5 foot. That's off by a little bit. There we go. The other thing I want to make sure is that my staircase is 42 if possible for the width. And I'm going to do, since we're going to have the opening on the right hand side, I'm going to remove the railing on the left hand side. So you can see that stairs in Chief are not the easiest thing to do. And so you can see this landing. You want the landing to be 3'6", and the same thing here. (3'6". That's it. Okay, so now So now all three of my parts are connected. They're the correct dimension. There we go.
Amy Park. Every Friday with White Meat. I'm dropping all of those hits.
Okay. Sorry, battery died. Alright. So we're going to reconfigure this. So just like I did with the bathroom, I'm going to take my kitchen. First I'm going to move it out here. Then I'm going to rotate it and flip it. There we go. That's the new shape that I want for the kitchen. So you can see it's basically like if I took a piece of paper and like folded it back on itself and then looked at the back side. That's, yeah. So that's loosely going to be my new kitchen. So I can get rid of this window because that's where the range will be, not the sink. The sink will be on the back wall. And then instead of this, I'm gonna delete these all for right now. We'll come back to that. We're gonna do probably like a little box window. So actually, if you look on the screen, kind of down on upper left, there is a window seat picture up there. That's roughly kind of what we're thinking. So we'll have the dining room, and then there'll be like this little window seat built in on the back wall. So I think that'll be kind of a cool feature for sure. Okay. So back here to Chief. Okay. And this laundry mudroom also not going to be here. So really quick, I'm just going to copy and paste my and pull these things on out of here. Because what we decided to do instead of basically have an exterior entrance is we're going to do an attached garage. So really quick, I'm going to delete all of that. Okay, so now we're much closer to getting this main floor figured out. So kitchen's going to go back here in this corner. Dining room will be back here. Up here in front will be the great room. Now we are going to do something with like posts or a little half wall or something here at the corner to sort of delineate where that great room starts and all of that. But we need to have the traffic flow so you don't necessarily have to pass through that great room to get back to that dining room. So what I'm trying to figure out is how wide do I need that dining room to be? Because not only is this the dining room, this is also the, there's a powder room back off of here, which is a tiny bit awkward just because literally the door to the powder room opens right into that dining room. Generally, I would try not to do that if at all possible, because no one wants to be sitting at the dining room table and literally be able to see the toilet, hear whatever's going on. But in the way this house is laid out, I'm not sure if we have another option. The only other place we could possibly put it is we're going to be doing a little bump out over here, sort of a little connection. That's where the mudroom and laundry room will be, and then the garage will be attached. Ideally, that would be where I recommend the powder room go, because I'm really not a fan of it being there. And so then that means we'll have a little extra space for a closet, I guess, for that master suite, or maybe just more space for the bathroom, to be truly ADA compliant and all. As much as the client wants that powder room there, that's the one thing I think I'm just going to have to kind of put my foot down and say you really don't want that there. In some houses you can tuck it under the staircase, but the client did decide that they want a basement in this house. Probably won't be finished at first, but they do want that basement. Okay, so now what I need to do, we're going to do, the foyer is going to be a 2-level foyer. And this is going to be a fine line because we've got a lot of stuff we've got to fit upstairs. And if I'm going to have enough space back here, A, for that dining room on the main floor, but B, for the traffic flow I need upstairs, I need to move that staircase forward. Now, I can't move it forward here. In fact, I'm actually a little further forward than I want to be there. Because like I said, I was trying to keep that at 5 foot. There you go. So what that means is I'm going to have a shorter first run before I get to that landing, and then that upper run is going to stretch longer to the side. So I'm going to shorten this by, I'm going to start with 3 treads. 1, 2, 3. Which means I need to lengthen this by 3 treads. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and move that. Go ahead and move this wall. Okay. So now that gives me 13.8. For that dining room, which is much better, much closer to where I need it to be. You know, see there, you can see that's definitely doable for a dining room that seats 8. What that does, however, unfortunately, it makes this great room kind of small. So I think 3 might have been just a little bit too much. Let's scoot this back just a little ways. Let's make it,
It's on the piggy too.
add 1. Design is a process. Okay. 12'9". So again, still plenty of space for the dining room table. It gave us an extra 11 inches because general rule of thumb for staircase is 7'11", or 7'11". 7 being the rise, 11 being the run. Yeah, run being where you put your toes. So that's a bit better. Now we need to figure out how you get from this foyer back here to this dining room area. And how that actually makes sense. So let me put the kitchen into place. The other thought, and this is a maybe. Okay. So that actually works pretty well. The other thought was to actually swap kitchen and dining. What I do like about that is then I wouldn't mind the powder room being accessed from there. What I don't like about that is that then if you're coming in over here from the garage and the laundry area and that mudroom, you have to walk all the way past that dining room to get to the kitchen to put your stuff away. Or the third option, since I said I would have extra closet space, I could use that closet space for a pantry right here. Swap my kitchen, and then even though you have to walk past the dining room, you would have that pantry space there. Then this mudroom space wouldn't have to be used for pantry, it could be used for powder. That might just solve it. Okay, see, sometimes you gotta talk through all these things. Okay, so I'm going to delete that dimension line. I'm going to really quick pull that out. I'm going to use my mirror to just flip it like that. I'm going to pop it back in.
It's too good.
And there we go. Voila!
Straight line driven the hell out of this.
Okay. Alright. And then we'll play around with this.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I'll shrink that down just a little bit. That's a full height cabinet. I always, whenever possible, I think it looks really awkward sometimes to have a fridge be the end of the kitchen. I like to have a full height pantry cabinet on one side of it because I think it just gives it a more finished look.
Hardcore.
It
Hardcore.
gives you better storage, it frames it nicely, and it just feels
That's how I
more like the massing. Like it's a great way to delineate the space without it just being like, oh look, there's the fridge, and now we're in our dining room. So, and the nice thing about this here is that dining table could fit either direction. So from a traffic standpoint, you know, we've got a lot of flexibility here. So now let's just double check a few things before I decide that I like this 100%. We do have the 3 feet of clearance needed right here. She did want some bar stools, which is why there's this overhang of countertop. But I think I drew that, yeah, I drew that a little bit large last time. I'm going to drop that down to 12 inches. Okay. So then that gives us 1, 2, 3.5, almost 4 feet, which will be a tiny bit snug if the bar stools are left floating around, but if they're tucked underneath, it'll be more than enough space. And then, let's see here, that is 24. We could, I'm going to drop that to 20, oh wait, not that one. This one. I'm going to drop this to 21. And this one as well. Give ourselves an extra 6 inches. So I'm going to skip this on over. And I'm just moving my microwave. Oops, gotta shrink that top one. I'm moving my cabinets, my upper cabinets, my microwave. There we go. And then I've still got my over 3 feet of clearance here, so when you pull that oven door down, you're not running into the island so much. Actually, if we wanted to, well, no, I probably don't want to, because we want to leave 3 feet there. We could potentially make this island maybe like 6 inches longer, but I'm going to leave that alone for right now. So let's go ahead and scoop that over. And then, so what I decided on in all my ramblings is that we're going to have at least a little bit of a small pantry closet here. So we're going to do a door. And this doesn't need to be huge, it's just a little extra storage, because this is a fairly good-sized family living in this house. It's not a huge house. I think between main floor and upstairs, it's right under 2,500 square feet. But it's 3 bedrooms and 2 master bedrooms, so 7 people living in this house. They're going to need a pantry space. So I'm going to make it that... Okay. What I like to show for pantries, whenever possible, is one wall, when it's a smaller square one like this, I like to show one wall with 18-inch deep shelves. That's for things like your big giant case of water, any kind of larger things, possibly even like things like small appliances. Some people like to store their toaster ovens and crock pots and things that they don't use all the time in their pantry. So here I've got an 18-inch deep section there for all those bigger items. And on this side, I have a 12-inch deep section of shelves. And that's perfect for canned goods, cereal boxes, pasta, all that kind of stuff. And that's just floor-to-ceiling shelves. So at the moment, it's one shelf, but it shows that you can do floor-to-ceiling shelves. So we're going to label this as pantry. And then I'm going to pull need that to go to there. Then with our tools, we need a room divider. So we're going to come over here and we're going to carry that over. So this is kind of a big space to be a foyer, but and I am going to label it foyer. They don't really give that option, but... and this is going to also have structure. We do not want a ceiling over this room, so this is going to go up to that second floor. Right now it doesn't show it, but when I rearrange that second floor, that's when we'll be able to see what's going on here. So now the only other thing is, on this main floor, well, not the only other thing, the next big thing, we want some kind of a delineation that frames the great room, which is over here. So we need a room divider here, and we need a room divider here. So now we're going to label these. This one is kitchen, of course. And we do want to show that room label. This one is dining. Show room label. And then this becomes great room. And show room label. Okay, so we've got our primary delineations marked out. This right here, so it's got the staircase. When you walk in the front door, the staircase goes up and over. We're good, since we are doing the basement,
Let's fill it up.
you will also have a staircase going down and down. So we have to leave this corner open for that. We want this to feel
I want a
open.
proper kill party, yeah. Gang or whatever.
But given the slightly more colonial feel of this house, well, not slightly, the very colonial feel of this house, I'm thinking they might want something a little more formal than a railing that looks down. They might actually want to have a full wall so they could have, when you walk in that front door, you know, like a console or a credenza of some sort. Yeah, we'll have to play with that and see. So, if that's the case, the nice thing about that is that that gives us a way to do kind of like a doorway opening here where we have something on both sides, maybe like a framed opening. The main floor does have 9-foot flat ceilings. And then okay. So now there's a few things we don't want to forget. Let's scoot that up just a little ways. We are going to do that window seat off the back here with the dining. We do also need access, though, to a back porch area. And that, I think we wanted to do bay window, hinged door to the porch off the back. So we're not doing a double French door, we're not doing a slider, we are just doing a single door. So let's, okay, now exterior, okay, so first we want to make it a glass panel. It is 36 inches, and then small little detail, but there we go. That just looks nicer from the outside. That's going to screw with my symmetry. It really is. But, here, hold on a sec. We can shrink this down. This doesn't have to be quite as wide as it is. Let's make that 18. Now, for whatever reason, the client did not want a cabinet above her fridge. Personally, okay, hold on. I'll show you what the difference is. So right now, that's what I've got. She does not want that. And you know, I'm thinking, okay, that is 54, 60. I'll drop it down like that. There. See, that looks kind of cool. And there we've kind of mimicked here and there. And then we do need to get a window here over the sink. Hold on. Top of the window is 90. Okay. So I'll go back to the plan view and double check that size. Let me go a little lower on
He's
that.
right there. Oh, he got on his horsey. Oh, I hit him half.
There we go. That's a good height for a
I
kitchen
might
window.
have looted a million.
And then I just need to double check. Is that centered over that sink? Now it is. And so then with that little bit of spacing there. Okay. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I looted too.
That's nice. Okay. And then, so you can see now there's that section there where it's open. That's from previously when that was where my staircase was. So when we go to the upstairs and adjust the layout of the upstairs, that part will go away. It'll be a flat ceiling over there. So there we've got that. And then we want to do a little window seat. So that is considered like a box window. I'm thinking... raised floor. Okay, and then I'll put my own window in there. Actually, let's see. I don't even, the whole box window thing, like I like some of these elements. Yeah, it's not going to let me, because I called it a box window, it's not going to let me add in a window. Let me see here. At least not just by adding an extra window. Okay, so components. Has component windows, I guess. So now here, I don't have those side ones. Hold on. Okay, I like those. Let's go to options. Okay, so this one. Oh, see, it's not letting me delete. Yeah. Okay. That's a tool that I'm not too sure how I feel about. So, yeah. I'm going to play with that one a little bit more. I like how it protrudes from the wall. I kind of, I like where that is. I'm going to scoot it over here just a little bit. Okay. Oh, too far. I got ahead of myself. Okay. I do like... Ooh, yeah, see, look at that. I like the bench, I like the framing, I like the shape and the size compared with the dining room. The window part's throwing me, so I'm going to have to play with that a little bit more. I'm going to come back to it, though, because I can't spend all my time on that. So, yay. Okay, so we've got our little box bay. Now we need to do the connection here off the back. So we're going to come on over this way. And I might come out a little ways. Hold on. Then, hold on. Okay, so now I don't need this anymore because I've already got what I need. And this was where I was going to do that powder room off to the side. So, we're going to come forward. We're going to do, let's see, garages, generally, we'll do 28 because this being Montana, there's a very good chance they have an extended cab truck. And actually 28 is, ew, 28 is that part of the house. Okay. We might have to offset that just a little bit. Or, in order for it to look like we're going to have to recess something. So here, we'll come on over here, we'll do that, and is this a 2-car garage? Okay. I'll come back with that, and over like that. Okay. So a couple little things first. We're going to drag that over. Now we're going to do a break line here, because that section right there, The wall type on that should not be siding 6. It needs to be switched to interior 6. It still needs to be a 6-inch thick wall because of insulation and framing, but it doesn't have the siding on either side. And then this one here, again, we need to do a break line. This one actually becomes an interior 4. Unless the contractor tells me he wants to do it as a 6. But we're going to call it a 4, and I'm going to line that back up. Okay. So now what we need to do out here, we've got a couple things. There's going to be this back section here is going to be utility. So furnace, water heater. Okay. And I'm going to turn that door hinge that way. Okay. Now this space here, we want to turn that. So we want to do a 3-foot door here. We also want to do a 3-foot door here because, as you remember, this main floor of this house needs to be as close to ADA compliant as possible for that wheelchair. The one difference between what the client originally sent to me and what I'm doing here is that because I am not using that space over there for a powder room, I'm going to use this space here for a powder room. So we're going to do, hold on a sec. First I want to check a couple dimensions real quick. So I'm going to do end to end. And then I'm going to do an interior dimension here. Okay, so let's start by seeing what 10 foot looks like. And then I also need to know here to here. And if you watched any of my videos, you know 2-foot increments whenever possible for exterior dimensions. Okay, so then that's 10 foot, and then we'll need to measure from this corner over. Just gonna move that elevation camera further back. Okay. We want to do I'm actually going to make that 26 inches deep. Or 26 feet, sorry. Because I think it'll look good to have a little bit of an offset. Okay, so now in here, I'm going to make this a pocket door. But it'll have to be a pocket door going that way. Because otherwise, you can't have the plumbing in here for your powder room. So we need, if I can spell, toilet. I'm going to use the template for an ADA sink. Now this powder room is not ADA accessible. We could make it bigger. I'll show it to the client. We'll see what they think. In order for a bathroom, or really in order for a bathroom to be ADA compliant, there has to be a 5-foot diameter circle in the middle of the room that doesn't touch anything. Now a compliant sink like this, where it doesn't touch the floor and it's wall mounted, you can finagle an extra couple inches sometimes, depending on how your code person looks at it. But and if nothing else, it's easier to use. This bathroom does not meet that 5 feet. However, the way that I envision this house being used, this powder room is for everyone else on the main floor. The ADA compliant bathroom in the master suite will be what this person in the wheelchair uses at pretty much at all times, you know. So, and then we do need to get a door in here, and again, I'm going to do a pocket door. And I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to leave that. Okay. And now, again, that one door, as of right now, is only a 2'6" door. Everything else on the main floor is 3 foot.
If I'd paid attention, we could have gotten that other one too that we were going to chase. Shit.
So now this becomes laundry.
Slingshot myself in the right direction first.
And I like that it's a little bit deeper than average. The utility space doesn't need to be huge. Honestly, that might even be just a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but we'll let the... I don't want to steal too much space, and I don't want to make this much deeper, because that's just kind of an awkward space otherwise. I do want to give it a window, though. I think that'll look cute. And that one's one where maybe we can do like a little porthole style window or something, so it's just a little cuter, little something that looks nice. Here is my laundry wall that I had before. Okay. And in the way this particular room is configured, there's not a lot of room for bench or a coat hook. Unless, hold on, like I said, I don't think that room needs to be as big as it is. So I'm going to give this laundry room just a little extra space. And so then what that space ends up looking like, if you're coming out of this powder room here. Okay, so you've got kind of your basic cabinetry, a little bit of a hanging rod. Maybe they'll want double cabinetry up here. That's totally up to the client. And then that space right there, you could do a bench and some wall hooks. It's not huge, but it'll function. Yeah. Because that is the other thing. In the first version of this plan I had drawn up, there was a front hall closet. And this version doesn't have it. You know, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I might swap this real quick. Or rotate this. I'm going to move that. And then if I do that, real quick, I need to move this so it's closer to the wall. And this so it's further out. Okay. That makes more sense. So then you come in, and I'll scoot this door. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. And then you've got plenty of space over there. Okay. That will help a lot. Okay, so now, when you have a template, it always ends up in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay. And then over here we have garage. So let's label this. There we go, 26 foot even. Okay. And I'm going to be dimensioning. Just to remind people what that is. Okay. And then we need garage doors. Do a pair of them. Perfect, and nice 2-foot even spacing. Additionally, most people want a door off the back. Somewhere in that corner, it might end up being here. They may want it right next to utility, but close enough, so we'll do that. This being out in the country, we don't need to do the windows for curb appeal on that side of the house. Okay. So we need to get rid of that. Okay, so this was the bathroom before with the closet. And this is the space we have now. So we're not doing that little powder room like that. And the pantry is there. So how best to reconfigure this? We don't want to go I mean, I still want the closet to be kind of towards the back. And we need that bathroom to be as accessible as possible. So let's grab that. Grab this.
I'm reading these things, and that's how people survive. I love it, man.
And I'm just going to grab my...
I know. What's up with that?
There we go, okay. So now I'm going to delete all of this, because I don't need it. So I'm going to slide this door over.
Are you demonstrating?
I'm thinking probably makes sense to do the shower, which will actually give us some more space for our pantry, which is I think everyone will appreciate. Oh, I don't want to do...
Yep.
I want that to face the right way. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So we're going to scooch this on over. Oops. Oh man, I spaced that almost perfectly. Okay. And the shower head's on the correct end so it doesn't interfere with that pocket door pocket. So we got a nice good sized pantry. That helped a lot. I'm going to delete these windows for the moment because we don't need those in a closet, although we might still end up doing one. Okay, so you come in, we'll kind of recenter that door, so there you go. When you have one template, you can't drag it through a wall. When you have a cluster of templates, you can. Go figure. Alright, so now, oh, this will be nice and easy. Okay. Oh, I want to change the swing of this door. There we go. And then for the toilet, so I'm giving it, okay, so the usual parameters to have a toilet is you need to have a minimum of 15 inches from the center line of the toilet. Oh, interesting. From the center line of that toilet to any object nearby to meet your standard code. For ADA, I'm going to have to actually pull out my code book and double check, but for right now I'm giving it an extra 6 inches, and I'm trying not to put anything in front of it. That might not be very useful back there. I'm going to have to play around with this. Might end up putting the shower over there and the toilet there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright, first let's move this. So reverse that. Sorry, I'm not talking much, but anyway, okay. We'll get there. Okay. Yay. And then if we scooch our toilet over here, give it lots and lots of clearance, and let me do a 30 inch. Hold on. That's silly. So let's try to move that door. There we go. Now let's see if it'll let me do 36. There we go. Pocket doors are tricky in this program sometimes. They don't always want to give you the space you know you have. So now we have a huge closet off the back here. So this right here is the bathroom. Master bath 1. We do want to show that room label. I'm going to reverse the direction of this door swing just a little ways. And I'm going to rotate this toilet like that. Okay. Because I think that's going to give the most clearance, both for someone wanting to individually take care of themselves, but also if they did get to a point where they needed assistance, you've got pretty good clearance on either side. We can do grab rails, maybe actually I'm going to scoot this a little closer to the wall because you can do a grab rail on one side. There we go. So now we've got that grab rail in there just in case. And then this becomes closet. So change that to closet. And then really quick to show that it's a closet, because we like to do that. Over here I've got my closet rod, shelf, all that. Templates are weird when it comes to intersecting walls. Okay. So we'll do that. Drag it all. Actually, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to do a window. These little dashed lines that I put in here, these are to indicate hangers. Everyone looks at that and goes, oh look, a closet rod, plenty of space. What happened? What do you put on a rod? You put hangers on a rod. And even right there you can see this, where the cursor goes across, you've only got about 1.5 feet between the front of those hangers and that wall. So one person could walk down there. It's usable space. It's not close. It's a little tricky. Hang on one second. I'm going to step away.
What's he need?
He just wants me to go upstairs. I don't know why. Hold on.
Come up.
Why?
Because.
Honey, I'm streaming. I've got the camera going and everything. Please, out of my way.
Alright. Get some chocolate balls. Can I please have your chocolate balls?
Dude, get out of my seat.
No. Can I please have,
No.
can I please have your chocolate balls?
You may have one chocolate ball and then I'm sitting back in my chair. Okay.
No, 2 chocolate balls.
2 chocolate balls and then you leave me alone.
No. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
Don't let you down? Okay.
Oh, you forgot your glasses.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I dropped those. Alright. Good job, buddy. Whew. Oofda. Alright, let's see where we're at. Yay, I'm back. Okay. Looking good. Alright, sweet. Alright. If you're watching, thank you for putting up with me. But leave a comment. Tell me what you think about my stream. I'd really love to hear people's opinions and what you like or don't like, and if you have any questions about what I'm doing, obviously. Okay, so back to this closet. I'm not going to get too involved. I don't usually... Once we get to the point of actually building this, then I'll help the client figure out how much rod space, how much shelf space, all that good stuff. Right now, I'm just trying to show them, hey, your closet is this big. You're good. So right now, I'm just going to... And I try to put those kind of at key intersection points so they can see, you know, oh yeah, I've got to reach kind of past this little blind corner to get at what I'm getting at. Do one more over here. So there. So this is a really good sized closet. It does have a window so it doesn't feel claustrophobic. Underneath that window we can do little shelves or something, or maybe just a little stool or bench. But again, being that we are dealing with someone that needs really good access, there's also kind of this nice open space here in the middle that's not too crowded. We've managed to do really well here. Oops, we got an extra grab bar there in that pantry we didn't need. There's something extra in here. Hold on. Ah, that's an old little snippet of that glass door that we don't need. Okay. So we've got a nice big pantry. I'm actually gonna, when it was small, I was just gonna use the handwritten one, but now I'm gonna actually, and there's not a preset for pantry for some silly reason. So, closet, we'll label it, pantry, show label, and then because that, there we go. The whole point of all of this is being able to communicate through drawings, and so if things are overlapping, you gotta fix it. Perfect. So, pantry. 3.5 feet by 6 foot. That is an awesome size pantry. It is positioned really well. Yes, you have to walk from the garage to get to there, but in the grand scheme of things, I think that's actually a really good solution. Now, what does this look like as you walk in the front door? Okay. And like I said before, I think, oh, there's siding over there. How did that wall get flipped? See, you gotta check these things out sometimes. That is a weird glitch. Okay, because that's not actually showing. Anyway, we'll figure that out. But, kind of cool look. Maybe they can do a wood paneled wall or something. Okay. The staircase is actually going to be stacked. There's going to be a matching staircase going down to the basement. So this right here will be a wall. You'll see the treads and the railing, but then it'll be wall down below, closing off what goes to the basement, unless they surprise me and tell me they want an open railing to the basement. But at least the current plan is to have an unfinished basement at the moment. So whether they put a door at the top of the stairs and then later on down the line remodel, take that out, whatever, or what commonly people will do is put the door at the bottom of the stairs. So it's open at the top, they finish the stairwell, and then put a door at the bottom of the stairs. We'll figure that out. But what I was trying to look at here, so when you walk in the front door, there we go. When you walk in the front door, there's the door to that master bedroom, and then the stairs go up right away. Now over here, we've got the dining room at the back of the house, over here is the great room. Now I need a fireplace. And I believe hold on, there was one that was pretty decent. It's that one. There we go. Looks Montana-ish. It's a gas insert. We can vent this to the outside, but that gives a nice little architectural detail to that main floor. And so we've got a lot of space here to work with for furniture. The biggest concern that they had is somehow framing off an opening, whether it's like a post and beam or doing something with the ceiling. I think this house kind of needs something like that to feel right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scooch this over just a little bit. That still gives lots of space for bench and coat hooks right there. But that gives us space that we could then here do something with symmetry to really frame this and make this great room. Because this foyer, given the size of this house, the foyer is actually kind of huge. I just don't know of a way within the parameters that I've been given to really shrink that unless here. I think what I'm going to do, I think I do want to bring this invisible kind of wall divider over a little ways. So you'll have open railing going up, and then once you get to like the top 2 steps, you'll sort of enter the upstairs. This back wall here, from the upper level, will be railing that looks down, but from this corner right here to the front of the house will be wall, because that's going to be a bedroom. But that gives this just a little more of the space that I feel it needs. So the one thing that we need to do real quick is check our window dimensions, because that's going to make a difference for spacing where we want to put these posts. So end to end, I want to make sure here, okay, we know that's 2'8". I want to make sure from here to here, again 2'8". And then here to the door. Now from the door, I want to measure again 2'8". I guess I didn't use the 2'8" because that window holds its own size, but and then yep, that is the correct layer. Okay, so we need our symmetry coming in. We are limited on where this second window can go, so let's start from the outside here, and let's come in, say that's only 3 foot. And then let's do the same thing on this end, 3 foot.
That'll snap to the cable right now.
That's 5 foot. Okay, and somewhere I think I've got a little extra half-inch difference because there's a transom window up above that door. So, but I'm working my way from the outside in. 3 foot, 5 foot, 7 foot. The symmetry on that, it's not perfect. I mean, it's symmetrical, but there's kind of a wide gap here by the front door, which, when we go to put that little portico, will actually, you know what, that'll balance that. That will. So from the inside of the house, that gives us pretty decent space in here. It works there. I think if I move that outer window any closer in, that's when it would start to feel crowded. But I really can't move that any further. So I think that's just going to have to be what it is. Okay, so I can delete. Okay, I want to leave that. we go. Close enough. Makes the numbers look right. So, yeah, so from the outside of the house, that's actually got some pretty good symmetry. I'm going to shrink this window down. The scale of that one's not quite right. So I'm going to make that 24. And I'm going to give it no, we're not going to give it a shade. For now, we'll just leave that as kind of a smaller window. And now eventually I'm going to be updating that top row to match the downstairs. There we go. Okay. And they had said, okay, so we're going to get, yeah, we'll worry about these windows up here later, but okay. So then really quick back here on the main floor, I want to look for just something to sort of frame out that's not too bad. Okay, so let's try that. We'll put one over here and maybe like that. Okay. I'm just making sure that my height is correct. Gonna line that up. Oops. There we go. And one more over here. So now, if we grab our camera tool, stand back here in the dining room, okay, and this is the one spot, there'll be that wall there, so once I get the basement drawn, that'll be better, but there you go, that kind of frames that out, and then we can do something cool with beams to tie that all together. I do not know why that wall is showing. It's a siding 6, but it's not. Something I gotta fix that window here. Because I think that's what did it somehow. There. Okay, I'll deal with that. So, main floor, yay! Hit save. Now we need to go upstairs. Now this is incorrect. So you can see the landing right there. This little section right here is where the staircase was before. Okay, so there's kind of a lot to redo up here. So, really quick, I'm just going to move a few of these things out of the way. Delete a few things. I'm going to leave the bedrooms right now. We'll come back and figure out whether these closets make sense. Really quick, I'm just moving that bathroom out of the way. Again, deleting that camera view, because I don't need that right now. just deleting these things, and then that's the one thing difference between downstairs and upstairs is the client definitely, like, hands down, well, the husband didn't care, but the wife was insistent we absolutely have to have an enclosed toilet upstairs. Shouldn't be an issue because we have so much space in that bathroom downstairs because of the ADA compliance, but it must happen. Like, she will not let me off the hook on that one. Okay, so we're going to delete that for a second. So now this front, okay, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to turn on real quick, my reference display so I can see what's going on down below, because basically for a lot of it we are trying to match this master suite, I think. So there were two versions that we were talking about. One was to still try to mimic this, get us our 3 bedrooms and our family room. The issue being, since we did this open to below foyer, now we have to relocate one of the bedrooms. So that's where this may get a little sketch with having that family room. Because the client was originally thinking possibly, we're thinking 2 versions. We're thinking, number 1, in an ideal world, we have all of this. You'd come upstairs, there'd be a family room, there'd be 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, plus the secondary master suite. In a slightly more realistic version, bedroom in each corner, 1 shared bathroom upstairs for both the 3 kiddos and the mom and dad, and still keep that family room. That might end up being where we have to go. You know, ideally we'd like to keep this, but looking at the amount of space we have up here, and by having to relocate this bedroom because of that area below, I'm not sure how I can get a master suite. Yeah, I'm really not sure how I can get a master suite up here now that I'm seeing this all together. Because we don't want to extend the footprint any further. I mean, we've got that mudroom down below, but we don't want to extend out over there. We are constrained to this 28 by 44. And that foyer eats up a lot of space. Like, you wouldn't think it would, but that's... Stairs take up a ton of space. If there's any way you can try and save yourself something, I don't know. Stairs are tricky. So, okay, so we know we're going to have to get rid of this bedroom, so let's start by doing that. I'm going to move this over that invisible wall that I drew downstairs, get rid of this door, get rid of that wall there. Now for the open to below, hold on a second, I'm just going to start deleting walls here because this isn't going to work otherwise. So now we are doing, move that door. I'm going to do an interior rail here with an invisible. Okay. Now that is not bedroom number 1. Oops. Never click on the actual word, click on the space around the word. This is the room. Open below, and yes, we want to show the room label here. So now that shows us our staircase. There's our railing, which is aligned with below, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off my reference display. Okay. So I could get really creative here. I think what I'm going to, because I think the only way I'm going to get even a moderately sized master closet in here for upstairs. Can I go any wider? There we go. Is to reclaim some of this. I think I can give them this open to above feel for the stairwell, but I don't see how I can afford to not use this space up here in the front. So, interior wall, line that up. It's not going to be huge, and we are going to have to deal with that window in the center. Okay, now this is not going to be open to the load. This I'm going to call a closet. Actually, I'm going to leave that there because then we'll use that back wall. That way the window won't be an issue, or as much of an issue. Okay. So now then the only issue over here will be, how do you get into this master bedroom? Okay. So I'm going to delete that. And this bathroom actually got just a smidgen bigger, which is kind of nice. Okay, I'm going to steal this closet. I'm going to draw this end to end like this. And then we'll extend this one down. Okay. So, again, like I was saying before, once you get those hangers in there, you can see, you know, your walkways, they actually got about 2.5 feet. So that's actually a fairly comfortable walkway. I mean, if you were to walk just, you know, normal down the hallway, you'd feel the hangers kind of brushing on the one side. It's not incredibly spacious, but it's definitely above adequate. So I think that's going to work really nice. I'm going to go ahead and put this bathroom back together, but just flipped. Hold on. There's that. Okay. That really didn't change much. There we go. We will have just this little nook or notch right there. Although, ooh, hold on, what does that do? We gotta check our windows. That's the one thing here. Ooh, I could do something fun here. Okay. So I'll start over real quick. Pull that out. Rotate. I have no problem doing weird stuff and trying to convince my clients of the same. Okay. So now, that window below is right there. That's a little tricky. Okay, so now let's see what we've got. So although I know this window can move, I know that window can barely move. So this is going to be just a little bit of a tricky thing right there to get that symmetry right. Because I can't move that. Like, there's just no way to move that. I've got a little bit of wiggle room here. So let's see real quick. This might be one of those situations where I have to kind of sort of fake it. Okay. And then I can fake this one just a little bit. That's as far as that one's gonna go. So, if I go to the main floor, but I don't like that being right in the corner, so I'm gonna do 5'6". So I did change it. There we go. And that's 6'6". There's nothing I can do about that if we leave this bathroom on the front of the house. And there's no other good way to use that space otherwise. So, I'm going to go with it. And it's going to be kind of cool because... Look at that. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Sometimes cool works, sometimes cool doesn't. Well, what can we do here? See, this is a process. This is the brain teaser. It's Tetris. So although I could have done that, the issue then becomes, and the reason I'm like, no, I can't do this. I've got a window here. I'm okay with the sink being under the window because you can do a mirror over here, but this right here is not enough clearance, and you don't want to be sitting or standing on that sink to use this space where the mirror would be. So that's why that doesn't work. What else could we do here? No, that won't work. And you definitely don't want to have a big full-size giant window right into your shower, so that doesn't work. So I'm thinking that bathroom just might not go there. Okay, so here's another thought. Delete, 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 delete. I'm just gonna go crazy. Okay, gotcha. So this space over here, in between the two bedrooms, that is then the next most likely usable space. So what we do then, real quick, we'll just scooch all those components out here, delete that, delete that and do railing. Like that. Because at this point we can either expand that closet or just make this kind of an extra little part of the loft. So right now I'm just going to leave it like that. There we go. And we'll figure out what to do with this space. I'm going to have to dig into here for closet, I think. So you won't get that window. Because this bedroom number 2, if I move this space over here for bathroom, then I need walk-in closet space. So that's, okay, that's what that's going to have to be. Basically just a little tiny landing. This can be railing then, which is kind of nice. So we'll scale this back a little bit and do railing. Okay. And then this
You're going for
will carry over. This is not family room. This will be closet. Because we'll have to change that doorway like that. Okay. So there's bedroom. Yay.
We talked about that a while ago.
Change that door swing. Get rid of that. 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 Okay. So dimension-wise, that's 5'4". We only need 5'1" there. So no one will notice that extra 1 inch difference as long as the kids don't see the floor plan. How this works. We don't want that door being directly at the top of the stairs, so I'm going to put it right there. Because then as you're coming up the stairs, you'll see the door, but then the actual kind of stuff won't be visible from that staircase. Oh wait, that's correct, okay. So now we have a bathroom again. And this kiddo has a closet. I'm going to move this door here so that we can do this. And more than likely, I'm showing it with the option that they could still fit hanging rod space, but more than likely this back wall would end up being a double stacked rod and shelf, and this one right here would be just open shelves for things like shoes, or if you get one of those modular systems you can get drawers and stuff. But that creates a walk-in closet for that room. I'm not going to change this wall here. Part of me kind of wants to, but that would skew the if I move the direction I want to, oh, that would skew too much. We're not going to do that. And actually, I'm thinking of this. I'm looking at this main floor here. I'm not really liking this. And by this I mean, hang on. I do like this. But I don't like where this invisible wall is located. Oops. Scooch that. So the foyer actually is going to be big. Which is not the worst thing in the world. Okay. And so then from an upstairs perspective, this is what that looks like. So when you're downstairs, there you can see that. So having that little strip over the front where that is, it's really not very obtrusive, and then that'll be closed in, and those posts will frame out the great room. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely starting to feel a little better. Okay. And from the front, we're just going to make sure that we have, need a window here and a window here. And I'll double check the dimensions here in a sec, but So there we have our Saltbox shaker, perfectly symmetrical, beautiful facade. All I have to come back and do is the little tiny portico roof and one step at the front. And then I will do a roof on here and connect. So, but that'll be super easy to do. And then we just have to go around the back and figure out our windows. I've got to figure out that box bay window there, but okay. So there's our front. Yay, we love it. Now we go up, and from the upstairs, that's what this looks like. So you can see, it'd be nice if there was a window on this front wall to let light in, but I honestly, we need the closet space. It's just, that's all there is. So there's this little tiny spot here, which is kind of cool. So you can have like a little, maybe like a bench or something. This could be like a tiny little reading nook off of the main, oops. So there's bedroom 1, bathroom, bedroom 2. We'll do some windows on this back wall for sure. Something like that. So that's our family room. And then I just need to figure out here, because we need both access to this master bedroom that's up here at the front. We need a bedroom back in that corner. I'm not seeing how in this version of things I can fit in a second bathroom, at least not one with a fully enclosed toilet and a walk-in shower. I tried to talk to the client about doing almost like a split bathroom. I don't know what the, there's not really a term for it. Not a Jack and Jill, but a split bathroom where you walk in, there's a hand washing vestibule, you know, your vanity, your lights and your sink and everything, and then there's a door that holds the toilet and the tub in the same space, or the toilet and the shower in the same space. But this client, the gal, absolutely must have the toilet by itself if we're going to do a bathroom like that. So, it is what it is. The good news is we were able to get a closet on the front there. It's not huge, but it is a decent sized closet. And the bedroom is pretty decent sized. So if we call this our, so this is not master bath, master bedroom 2. Okay. And again, it's 14, let's see. Yeah, 14 by 14 is the size. We just need to get a door. That's important. Yeah, I mean, I could spend all day staring at this, but honestly, there's just not a way to make this any bigger unless we start to steal space from this family room, and even then, it's a bit sketch. Actually, you know what I might do? This is about the only thing I can think of, and yes, I am going to have to steal space from the family room here. Let us do this camera here. Okay. So if I move that over, because I'm going to have to do something here anyway to get, okay, got to scoot that. There's got to be access to this bedroom up here. So no matter what, we need a door there. And we need some sort of a little vestibule or whatever you call it here. We don't want this door back here. We want it kind of up here like this. This might work. Okay. Going somewhere with this, I promise. Okay. So a little family room. some windows. Then this becomes a bedroom. So this is bedroom, not master bedroom, but just bedroom. Okay, a couple dimensions we've got to make sure that are right, or that are doable. This one here needs to be a minimum of 3 foot. So, okay. Just because you got to have a decent hallway. You can't not have a decent hallway. If we do that on this side of the wall, this is going to get just a little sketch, but maybe sketch isn't the term for it. Oh. Ooh, problem solved. Okay. Yay! We're going to drag this down to here. I'm just going to temporarily pull that line off to the side. I am going to... Can't make that any smaller. We can scoot this over just a pinch. Yeah, we can't change that. Okay, we need a toilet by itself. In order to do so, a pocket door makes the most sense. Okay. Doesn't need to be huge, it just needs to be by itself. And then we have this space right here that we can either A, use as a closet for this bedroom, or B, use as like a little hall linen closet. So what we need to do out here, now here we can't use a pocket door because we're running out of room. And actually, I might need to scooch this over just a little bit. So actually, yeah, here, okay. Break. This is gonna work. I'm so excited. So that will line up with that. Okay. Don't need that anymore, or that, or that. Scoot that like that. If we scoot this over, that is the only thing that's just a little, yeah, in terms of dimension. It is definitely not the biggest room in the house, but for a kid's room, twin bed, whatever, I think it's doable. And we are giving it the little extra width that the other ones don't have. Okay. So now here, okay, what is this dimension? We need to know. That is 5'2". Okay. I don't really want to make it that much less, so this one's going to be, this shower upstairs is going to be just a little bit smaller than the one downstairs. So let's skip this for right now. Just going to scoot that on over, get it out of my way. I need this to be 5'7". So I'm only making the upstairs shower 6 inches less than the downstairs shower. So instead of 72 by 36, it'll be 66. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to change my template here, 66. Get rid of that dimension line. Rotate that. Okay. Now this is a 6-foot vanity. So then on this end, what most likely will happen is there'll be a little half wall framed up at the end of the vanity. The glass will go on top of that, and then you'll have your door, or no door, depending on how they want their shower to be. And the one upstairs is not a curbless. It's just a shower. So real quick, I just need to scoot that back a pinch. Always wants to like grab your thingamadoos. Okay. And we'll pull that over. Need to rotate that. And then on the back side, interior wall. And now this room has a closet. Okay. So I'm going to delete all of this stuff over here. I don't need it anymore. This toilet enclosure is not needed to be that large, so we're going to scoot that over. So we could still fit a little bit of a closet there. It won't be a closet deep enough for hangers, but it would be a nice linen closet, which, especially since the laundry is on the main floor of this house, it'll be nice to have an upstairs linen closet if possible. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And then I'll label that real quick. And then we need a door over here. It is not huge. It is not... Oh, that is borderline. Okay. So I think in order to get a usable closet there, we might have to forego one of the vanities. Bye-bye. We do get a slightly larger side vanity, but and that will affect pocket drawer. So hang on one second here. That is why that shows that little recess there. Okay, so that's where that would have to be minimum. So there's our center line. So if I can fit closet there, okay. So doing that, I can save that pocket door. still might move it just a smidgen that way just to be safe. The plumber will appreciate me. So we've got a single vanity and a large section. I'm gonna, hold on. So there we go. It is not huge. It is, but it is functional. It will work. It keeps the symmetry on the front of the house. It gives the master bedroom the same size. It does give my client her enclosed toilet. Still gives him a walk-in shower upstairs. 66 is not bad. I mean, your standard tub shower, like we have over in this bathroom, is 60 inches. So 66 is still oodles. And at 36, not 30. So you've got lots of space there. Delete this little floater. So now I need to quick locate my windows, make sure that they are symmetrical with below. So downstairs we have 3 foot, 5 foot 6. And 6 foot 7. Okay, and then over here, same thing, we have 3 foot. Now that one was 6 foot 6, not 5 foot 6. It is not letting me scoot that one, so I might have to just real quick, just to get the symmetry right, hold on. Shrink that. Gonna move that 2 inches, and then we'll see. There we go. So that lets me get my symmetry right. And those bedrooms are still very adequately sized. Okay, so then what this does to the upstairs, we have this family room, which I imagine will be where like a TV or something is located. If we come up to the top of the stairs here, that's what that family room kind of feels like. So you've got some light coming in downstairs if you want, depending on what they do for that front door. You've got a little spot here on the end where you can have a little reading nook, a little bench or something. When you're coming up the stairs here, that door opens. Even if that door is left open all the time by the kiddos, you're not going to see the dirty toilet from that top of the stairs. You have to actually, peek your head around the corner, so that's good. And then, so you've got probably this long wall here or this long wall here. Either one can have a TV, you can have space for a sectional. And then you have a little linen closet and the door to mom and dad's room. So upstairs feels pretty nice actually from that middle part. The master closet isn't giant, but it's functional. The only thing I'm seeing right now that I just missed is bedroom number 3 doesn't have a closet. So, that's a problem. So here's where we can, let's see, let's get rid of that. She was pretty adamant that she wanted walk-in closets, not... But... given the amount of space that's here... I think I'm going to have to suggest a non-walk-in closet here. You know, I thought I was doing so good here. Alright. So, I'm going to come on down, do that. It's not a family room. For a flat, you know, kind of a standard closet, minimum 2-foot depth. Because those darn pesky hangers. Then we need a shower's a bifold. Maybe they want slider, but honestly these days most people, if they're gonna do one, they want bifold. And okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best solution. And then we could play with maybe centering that there. I think that still gives you a nice open feel for that family room. You've still got space if you wanted to do, actually, what would work most, probably the smoothest here, would be if the TV went on this back wall here, and then you had either like a U-shaped sectional or an L-shaped sectional here, so that this corner right here, that was sort of your traffic pattern into that space. So let's see what that would look like here. Or actually, that would work pretty well. So you do something like that, and then you put your TV right here. So that's one option. The other option is something more like this one. And then I would probably...
should be bombed.
Can I reverse it? Flip it that way. So that way you keep your walkway open. You could do a TV on this wall if you wanted. And then you've got a little quieter nook over there. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm going to leave that piece of furniture floating there just... Okay, so now, real quick, I don't want to spend too much more time on this. I need to do a roof. So my front end is here, my gable is over on this end, so I found my midpoint. Kind of hurried through that. And again. Okay, so now I need to, overhangs are 18 inches. And now there's two ways that I could handle this section that goes over this mudroom and all that. I could either A, keep this same exact ridge line and just have a little mini section that comes down here, and then basically have a tall section of wall up there, or do a break and essentially drop that back so that this is the halfway point, so that there'd be a ridge and then a lesser ridge. So let's pop this into 3D and see what we think. Oh, wrong one. Tap. I want to see the roof. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to break that. Okay. So what that does then, okay, so I'm going to do my roof tool here. I'm going to start on this little wall, and I want to go to that midpoint. I'll do the wall, and then this, we'll do the break tool here. Shimmy this down to here. Oops. Break it again. Square that off. And that should be pretty close to what I want. Okay. And then the only other thing is I need this to, there we go. So you see there's just a little bit of, see that kind of like recess back there? But that, and then that goes like that. I think I might have, sometimes it gets a little touchy if you get too close. There we go. It's hiding my siding. Okay, so now from the front, get that lined up pretty square. Okay. There we go. So from the front, we've got this beautiful symmetrical. You're not gonna, you can't tell, see? You can't tell that 1 foot that's off between those two pairs of windows because vertically all of our pairs line up. Except for that one for some reason. Oh, I know why, because that's 32 and the door below is 36. There we go. Okay, so that solves that. We've got our garage, we've got that. That's the little powder room there. As we go around the house, we don't need any windows on that side. That door. I need to rework this. That window is too short. It needs to be... Okay. So that's a bedroom window, that's the family room window, that's the other bedroom window. This here is dining room, this is the one over the sink, and that is in that master closet downstairs. So I actually kind of don't mind the way that that's coming together. Do we need that extra window there? I like it better without. Which is weird because I love windows, but alright. Okay, so then the next question is how do I do this? Okay. And so then if we do, hold on. let's see what that did. That one.
Yeah,
That's weird. Alright. Because here it's showing that it's correct in terms of interior, exterior. That's good. And then we just need to quick peek at the back. Okay. And then I just want to do...
I know there were times when I was like, I'm going to do the gear payout looks like estimated, we're going to do this before I sell it, right? And then we get into town and then the value's all fun.
There we go. Okay, and so that's just a little cantilevered section. It's not, we're not bumping out the foundation, it's just a little cantilevered section so we can have a little window seat. Do want to lift that roof plane up just a little bit. One more pitch. There we go. So then, yeah, you can see that window, that nice little, and then the back that goes out to porch. Oh, she wanted a porch along the back, so that's the other thing. There's always more. Okay. So if we do a porch along the back, we would hold off on doing this little mini roof thing. And I think we agreed. Well, we'll show it at 10. There we go. And then I imagine we'll do... Cool. Okay, so we're calling that a deck. Porch. Sorry, porch. People like the names they give things. Porch. The other thing with porch is that a porch has a roof. So, here's this. We're going to come end to end. Now, if we look at it right like that, obviously that's not going to work because that hits the main house. But if we adjust the pitch, that brings it much closer.
It does that.
And if we drop
Yeah.
the
I
baseline,
cleaned upstairs toilet, and my was brushing
Just a
my
little bit.
teeth and put water in it, and my raised sleep.
Then you did what?
And my raised sleep.
You're ready to sleep?
Yeah.
Aww.
okay. Okay. And so I'm just making those windows the teensiest bit smaller. Okay. So that they fit up and over that roof line. And then I just really quick have to do my material. Oh, and then we want to also if you're going to show materials, you want to try and be uniform. Okay. So that looks pretty good, and then we just need some posts. And I'm not going to space them exactly as they would be. But no, I don't want that. But I just want to show, at least from the corners, that we've got something. I'm just following those lines from the railing. And I would say that gives us a pretty good idea. I mean, the structure, the engineer might look at that and say we need a few, little different spacing, but I think that's pretty accurate. And then I just need to lift that up. And then well, I just want to go there, but then I need to really quick on the front here. Need to do just a little concrete slab, not huge. I think 6 feet wide is plenty. And I think we had talked about 4 feet. And the top of this is at, and then we just need a roof thing. And our baseline looks about right. So let's see what that looks like in 3D. Yep. And I think that window needs to be bigger, so let's do that at where I put it. Okay. I'm going to drop this just a little bit. I'm going to leave the pitch, and I'm going to do 110. Yeah. Oops. Lock the pitch, baseline to 110. Now, I don't make those final calls. These are just for illustrative purposes. I try to get the point across to the client what this could look like. The contractor can adjust as need be. Something like that is purely decorative. So the client will pick their front door, we'll pick a transom window, and then we'll go from there. And then the only concern would be just making sure that that window doesn't hit that ceiling up above. So we would just make sure that we had enough space for a header there. But I think that's looking really good. So now, what I have left to do... Close enough. Oh, wait. That window is at a weird height. Okay. Oh, because it's measuring that floor height, so... Because I had told the floor was 20 inches taller, so... So now, if we look at that... That's better. See, that fits. And so we've got that little built-in bench. I don't know why the wall looks like that. There, we're just going to paint it so you can't tell. Paint fixes everything, didn't you know? Alright. And then, that staircase to the basement. That's where I was going next. Okay, so I think we got our exterior looking good. We got a porch off the back. We got our little decorative thing off the front. Next, I do not have a lower level picked at all, so I haven't hit save in a while. I'm going to do that. Never remember to hit save. Okay, build, floor, foundation. And we're going to
You
do...
want to feel my hair?
Yeah, honey. Ooh, what did you do?
Where's my hair was water.
There we go.
Wow, it
8
feels
foot
great.
ceiling height.
Yeah.
And it looks good too.
Yeah.
We're copying the plan from the first floor.
Look, so
The only
good.
exception is right over here. We want to make sure that hits. We do not want to do this, so we're going to have to make a note that that upper section is cantilevered. Okay. This right here is I'm going to call this garage slab,
And some tight groove.
just to reinforce it. Some people get particular and, you know, so we've got a slab, we've got a crawl space, and now we've got a basement. So I want to make sure this is not included, exclude. The garage is already excluded, and now our living area matches our main floor, which is what we want. Now, the basement is going to be unfinished, but what we do need to do is turn on our reference display floor and use our interior wall tool to draw this. Nope, not that.
This wants some bones. This wants some small bones.
Interior wall.
You want some what?
And I want some small bones.
Make sure we're lined up with above. And again, here. Lined up with above. Now we need to do a staircase that mimics what we've got going on directly above it. So we want to do an L-shaped stair. It's going clockwise. So we'll go ahead and draw that here. Oh, okay. Our upstairs staircase is 42. Okay. Now our first section we had reduced, so that first one I think we only have 5, and then that's 9. So that should match up with nope, other way around. Oh, because it had it going. Oh, weird, that went counterclockwise. Okay, delete. That's not right. Okay, so L-shaped stair. I should want it to go clockwise. Yeah, that's right. No, that's not right. Okay, well, if that's what it's thinking, then let's tell it counterclockwise. Just did the same thing. Okay, L-shaped stair, clockwise. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, I know I need those to be 42 inches wide. I want the number of treads, which means 5, 9. Does that line up with what's upstairs? Because it wants my landing to be weird. Okay, hang on. Oh, because I don't need as many stairs on the bottom. Okay, so here we go. So let's see what that does. Okay. Tool. Oh, let's do that one. Okay. Go up. Okay, and then I wanted to draw half wall, because that's what we need here and here. So this will go over to here. So now if we use our camera tool, we can double check that. But, small detail. We should want our railing to show. Well, you know what? I am not going to fight it. Okay, not entirely sure why it's showing like that. It should have that railing on. Yeah, it should have railing on the right.
I just left. I just left. I was in there. Go, go. I went east. I went east.
In plain view, it's not going to matter. Okay. So, close that out. Then if we go down a level,
Do it in a 5-man.
oh, maybe that's why. Okay. So something got screwy there. Top height is -70, which means on this, bottom height needs to be -70.
Trash.
And open below. Okay, let's see what that does. Stairs and roofs. You know? Okay. But there we go. There you can see that you've got a stairwell going down. It's not right, but it's there. Okay, so let's go down a level. I'm going to delete, wait, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that. Okay, so now with my stair tools, I'm going to manually do a landing. And then draw stairs coming off of here. If it lets me. Why is it not locking? And I want to do, because that's where that landing is. Alright. Oh man. Yay! That is correct. That is close enough to correct. Yes. The only thing I'm going to change real quick is railings. And on that landing downstairs,
Sorry ahead of time, I work guardian, and my guardian isn't quite as high as my other plane, so.
remove railing from selected edge. There we go. Okay. Tools. Turn off. Well, hold on. Do I need to turn that off yet? Okay. Close that camera. Close that camera. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the basement. So we've got utility access from out in the garage. The basement is unfinished. I'm just going to leave it totally open at the moment. More than likely this wall right here will end up being kind of that structural wall for the floor dry step above. But until I hear otherwise, I'm not going to close it off, and I'm actually going to stop this wall right at the bottom of the stairs right there. So I'm just sort of doing that, just that basic enclosure with it open on this side. The client can decide later, maybe they want the other side open, maybe they want to go here, and who knows. But it's there. Yay! Okay, so tools. Reference display off. And there's our basement. Voila. Alright. Save. Main floor. Everything looks good. Our exterior views looked awesome. So I think I'm ready to go bring everything over to layout view. So, should I stay? Hold on. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Perfect. So let me just get this into a layout view and then we will be done for the evening. So, File, Open Layout. Okay. So now I'm basically going to be starting over, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete all this stuff because none of those will be the same. I'm going to leave the labels though, just in case. Because when I changed the file name, when I saved it as a new version, all of those images there are linked to the original. I can leave all my notes, all my captions, because those will still stay the same for the most part. That's pretty much okay. So page 6, this is where our main floor plan goes. Okay, now really quick, let me just take a quick peek. I've got dimensions. I'm showing that, well, I can remove those window dimensions because I know they're symmetrical for right now. And I'm going to move my roof up. I always like to show my roof planes up on the attic level.
Attack of the Wisps.
Go to level 2, do the same thing, get them up to the attic. Okay, so all of my roof planes are again up high, and again I don't need these window dimensions necessarily. Main floor. I've got my overall back there. I need one. That runs the whole length. So hang on, let's scooch this over. Sorry, I should talk with my hand in front of my mouth. So I'm going to move this back here and extend it out to there. Okay. So now we can see the whole big picture overall, everything fits. We've got all of our all of our few little jogs, and then I'm gonna, although I called it out on the basement level, I am gonna make a quick note here. That is cantilevered and not part of the foundation. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and send this to layout. File, send to layout. Okay. 1/4 inch scale, perfect. It says that because my cameras are all off to the side. I don't want to show my camera, so I don't care. Yay. Now my square footage changed slightly. So really quick, let's see what that says. It says my living area is 1331 on the main floor. So I do need to change this real quick. I'm not counting that utility space, but I am counting that new laundry and powder room that we added. So let's scooch this over. So then let me check my notes. Correct. Yep. Main floor ceiling height there. Second floor. Basement to be unfinished. We'll work out the detail whether we do a door at the top of the stairs or a door at the bottom of the stairs. Okay. Got the back porch. Okay, we're good there. Next page is the second floor, so again we know we're going to have to do, well actually I'll leave that there for a second. I do want to do that. Okay, quick little flippy-do there. So now, second floor. Send to layout, it's 1/4 inch. Gotcha. Crop in. Now the second floor square footage did not change. From the previous version, so that's good. We'll scoot this on over. I like to keep my symmetry right there with my notes. Staircase cross section. So I gotta really quick do one of those. And it's got to be the whole thing. Quarter inch. I don't really need all of that. Okay. You know, if someone needs to check it for code, I can show them the other direction as well, but they're stacked, so it's pretty straightforward. Okay, next up. That's third floor, that's roof. Okay, here's roof. So we go up a level. File send to layout. Again, 1/4 inch. Gotcha.
Good stuff. There's a book over there too. It's kind of well hidden.
Okay, I move my notes real quick. Let's see what I know. Oops. Okay, nope, I don't want to see that. I want to see overall pitch is at 812, porch roof pitch is 412, that's correct. 18 overhead standard, and yes, this is purely for illustration. And really quick, I want to show, go down. Actually, I'm going to do, that right there shows pretty nicely, so we'll do file. Let's do 1/4 inch. No, I don't like that 1/4 inch, so let's see if we can fit it not to scale and see what that does. It used to be the option where you could shrink and all that. So delete. I want to send it at. We'll try 8 and see what we think.
I heard about that. It sounds like it was awesome.
And then we also want to do
Just the way I like
another overview, but this time this direction. Okay, and again,
That was fun after.
we'll try that 1/8 inch. Okay, so I'm just pulling this over, dropping that down. Just for illustration, just to get an idea of what the overall massing feels like, but I think that it's always nice to see that, especially since my roof plans are not roof plans. Not engineering. I don't like that crowded there. I'm going to scooch this over. There we go. Okay. Foundation! Yay! Down, down. Really quick, let's auto dimension this one. And the only thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to delete those doorway locations because we don't need those. Okay. Yay. Send, and I don't need that. Okay. Send to layout, 1/4 inch. Yes, I know my cameras are way off. I don't like my cameras showing, so I like to hide them off in the corners. Okay, text marker. Caps lock. Okay. And then I'm not even gonna worry about foundation notes right now. 11, 12. And then we're gonna flip ahead to page 30. And this is where we jump back to these camera views. Oh, wait, before I want to really quick do my shadows. 3D camera toggle. Now I want to send to layout. Now before I was able to fit all 4 elevations on one page. Now that I've extended this with that add-on, that built-in garage, I'm going to have to move my left and right elevation to the next page, which means that all of these things, X, are going to go to page 32. So 31, 30, okay, so this and this are going to go there. And then I just gotta shrink this. Okay, again, 3D. Toggle shadows. Now if it's all in shadow, then you gotta double check your lighting. Adjust your sunlight, generic, and sun follows camera, because otherwise the front of your house will be not shadowed, shadowed. You know what I mean. That's off. Okay. Yeah, that better. Okay. File, send to layout, 1/4 inch. Next, always do left elevation next. 3D. we're sending this to layout. I'm just kind of rushing through this part. This is just kind of that, that final step of what do I need to communicate to the client? What is going to help them envision everything? These are things that, I kind of have in my head, and I pretty much know what things look like. But this is where the client really starts to have those questions of, okay, do I like how the windows line up? Does this all make sense? Can I really actually picture this? So there's just kind of sequence. Plus, a lot of these things are required by jurisdictions for city permits and whatnot. Now, this particular project is being built far enough outside of an actual city that that's not an issue. But there are still building codes and things you want to check. And plus, anytime you build a custom house, you want to have as much in writing before your builder sort of takes over and starts running with it, so that there's no question, oh, I thought I was going to get white 6-panel doors and you got, wood-colored slab doors. Not saying that anyone's trying to pull one over on you, but if it's not in writing, who knows what you're getting sometimes. So, and then I need to really quick change that roof line real quick. Okay. And then, oops, so then I'll, yeah, okay, good. So 31, and then this page I had some kitchen elevations. So we're going to close that. Okay, so now we need to go to the main floor real quick. So we need wall elevation tool. Okay, so here we're going to do elevation 1. And elevations I do in 1/2 inch scale. So that's kitchen elevation 1. So we'll start here, and if we need to move things here. Okay, there we go. Next up we have kitchen elevation 2. Again, 1/2 inch scale. Now my locations are a little off from previous because before it was the other wall that was longer. Now it's this. Okay. Now I didn't have a third. I'm going to scoot that down here. I'm going to do one more kitchen elevation, and that's this way. So I'm going to put that up here. And label it kitchen elevation 3. Okay, next I have a laundry elevation. So that's this one right here. Next up I have 2 master bath elevations. So let's see if I still need both of those. No, I think here I only need the one. And then really quick, I'm not going to worry too much about how accurate these are, but but ugly, but it gets the point across. Okay. Okay. Send to layout. Oh, I see why. Master bath. Not elevation 2, master bath 2. Okay. So that was it on the main floor. Then we go upstairs. And we're doing an elevation view. These are all details that we'll work out in the end, but people like to know, hey, how big of a mirror can I have? So this just kind of shows them. Okay. And you'll notice there's a height difference between the two. That's because upstairs has 8-foot ceilings and downstairs has 9-foot ceilings. Okay, and upstairs bath elevation. So I'm going to scooch this over just a little ways and ditto, ditto. And that goes right, oops. I keep saying oops, and I don't mean oops. But, there we go. Again, mirror. Okay. Alright, and file, send to layout, 1/2 inch. Again, this is that 8-foot ceiling upstairs. Okay. So, we have kitchen, 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 laundry, bathroom, bathroom, bathroom. What more do you need? I'm not bothering to show a powder room because we're not doing any cabinetry in there most likely, so that's just what it is. Alright, so I am super excited about this. I'm going to get this off to the client. Oops. Whenever you did those walls here, my foyer. Name disappeared. Alright, and then I will just go through, double check. So, we've got awesome page of elevations here. Left, right, and I've got shadows in all the right places. And this one, yeah, that one's got shadows. Nothing here, and then we pop back all the way to foundation. Make sure we update that view because I tweaked that little corner of the roof. We've got roof. We've got that elevation. That looks right. And main floor, and then we are done. Sweet. So, yay! Kind of a marathon session here. What is it? Almost 3 hours? Alright. Might be my longest stream ever, but yay, thank you if you tuned in. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please, YouTube, like, comment, and share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't have a set schedule yet for streaming on YouTube, so if you subscribe and get the notifications, that way you can find out as soon as I go live so you don't miss anything. Share with your friends, but I'm at 19 right now, so push me up past 20. I'd love to get there. So thank you so much